today's session, we'll be talking about how to crack any interview and get your dream job. So today we have Lakshmi Nitin with us. She is a MBA HR and works at Talent Ad as the head of campus recruitment. So she has been in past the lead recruitment executive with EY for 6 years. Hello.
Hello, Surabhi.
So one of the most common questions I'm sure all of us have been asked is tell me about yourself.
Correct.
So what information should we provide in an interview and what should we avoid?
This is the most common question. So you have to prepare this before going for an interview. That's very important. So, few tips. Avoid whatever you have mentioned in the CV. It's already there in front of the interview. So no need to. And secondly, your parents' name, mother's name. No, that's not required. Here you have to try. You can start with a quote first of all, which articulates your passion or something, or you can end it with a quote. That's one of the strategies, so that you stand out from the rest of the crowd by saying in this manner. Secondly, you can even start with a story, like how did your parents name you, or you are an some incident like you're an army officer's daughter or a son, that way. Something different rather than saying my name is so and so. Start it differently. So, and then you can go ahead and highlight the skills on the projects. So these are the few tips that will help you stand out from rest.
So I think basically something that can mark your identity.
Correct, yeah.
Okay. So another question, I think so, yeah, during my interview times, which makes it in a awkward situation is when they ask me about salary expectations.
Correct, yeah.
Or how to discuss about salary.
So again, this question is asked to check whether you know your own self-worth, right? So otherwise they don't have to ask, because they would have already decided what they have to pay you, especially for the freshers and all. They have their own salary grids, so it's all sorted. But still they'll ask you to understand whether you have researched about what's the market rate, and do you, have you even thought about your own self-worth, that, yes, I have the skills, market rate for these skills are this much, and so are you going to present yourself in that? So but then rather than answering it directly, you can say a range as per the market skills. Here you can speak to the your friends who would have already been placed in such organization, and understand what salary that they are getting. So you can quote in those ranges. Yes. And if you don't want to answer it directly, you can tell them, let's discuss more about the job role and let me understand more about the job role, and then come to the range. So that will again showcase how mature you are, how confident you are about your own worth, and how you can tie it back to your skills. So that will again give, rather than giving in one word answers or one ranges, go little bit into this style. Talk to them about more of the job role. Tell them I want to understand more about job role, and then we will discuss the salary. Okay. So those kind of approach.
Yeah, that makes sense. The next question is, how can candidates effectively address the question about their long-term career plan and how they fit into the company?
Okay. So they have to, first of all, before going into interview, basic thing is they have to research about the vision, mission of the company, the mission statements of the company. Then they can tie it back to their own career goals. They can correlate with their they can even research about the journey of few leaders who grew within the organization, and they can say that how they also envision themselves growing within the organization by grabbing the upskilling opportunity, continuous learning opportunity of the organization, and how they believe in the mission and vision of the organization. It aligns with their purpose of the life. So all these really showcases that the candidate is really aligned to the mission and vision of the organization, and they are here for long term, not just looking for a job. They will be building a career with the organization. So it really builds a trust with the interviewer. So yes, that's a really important question.
Now, how important is your body language and your non-verbal communications during an interview?
Body language is one of the non-verbal communication skills, and it is really important, because whatever you say, if you're nervous, your body language gives you away, right? No matter how confidently you'll be speaking. So fidgeting around, or if you're sweating. So I always advise drink a glass of water before you enter the interview, because the dry throat makes you stammer. So again, you appear non-confident, and then you have to dress appropriately and comfortably. Don't go with tight suits and all, which you are not, during the summers. If you're not even comfortable, you have to dress appropriately where you're comfortable. So try your dress before you go to the interview one day before. See that you're comfortable while sitting in the dress and all. Then drink a glass of water, go confidently, enjoy the whole experience, because the body language gives you away, and it shows whether you're interested or not. Sometimes you'll be slouching, you'll be sitting too much comfortably in the chair. That shows that you're not that enthusiastic about the role. So your body language conveys lots of things without even verbal communication. So consciously try to have that poised, comfortable, confident body language during the interview.
So, in your experience, what are some of the common mistakes that the candidates make and how to avoid them?
One of the major mistakes that I have seen during the interviews that I have done in my stint is they would have put something in the CV, and if the interviewer asked them to explain about it, they wouldn't be able to. So that's really bad. You have said, put that you have done projects, you have done this continuous learning. So you would have put it in the project like CV, like you have learned about something Java or something, and then if the interviewer poses a question about that training that you would have undertaken, the candidate doesn't have any answer to that. Or about the project, if they ask in detail about that project, okay, tell me what you have done in this project, in this internship, etc., they wouldn't be able to explain it. So first of all, don't lie in the CV, don't lie during the interview also. It's very important. So this is common mistake. Secondly, candidates going in without doing any research of the organization. They wouldn't know who the CEO is, where all the location is, whether these are very important. You do the research properly and then go. So these are the few, not mistakes. These are the areas of improvement of the candidates that I've seen, and I normally tell them, please go ahead. You should have done this before you would have come here. Yeah. So these are the few.
So that is mainly proper research, and make sure you know what's in your CV.
That's very important. Yeah.
Okay. Now this is the final question. How can candidates demonstrate their enthusiasm to join your company, but not in a very eager way?
That can be done by asking questions back to the hiring manager towards the end of the interview. So normally I've seen that to the freshers, towards the end of the interview, if you say, do you have anything to ask me, they'll be like, no, I don't. So it's only one-way communication kind. So no, go ahead and ask questions to the hiring manager or HR that you're speaking to. Like, tell me about the culture of your organization in detail. I have read something in the website, but then from your experience, tell me something. I have had those candidates, and it really impressed me that they really want to know more about the organization from horse's mouth, from the employee themselves, right? So that then secondly, they again open up a personal, not personal connect. It will put you in a much more positive light in front of the interviewer if you follow these things.
Yeah. That's it. Thank you so much for all the information. I'm sure it's very valuable for the candidates.
Thank you. Thanks, Atem.